Hello everyone, Ace here, and today let's talk about something that I haven't really seen anyone else cover, and it has admittedly flown under the radar for quite a while, but since I've discovered this problem relatively recently, I might as well talk about it. Specifically, let's talk about the pricing model behind Interplay's old re-releases, on both Steam as well as GOG.com. Now, to be clear, these are not remasters in any sense of the word. These are in fact the original games that at best have the most minor of tweaks to be able to even run on modern hardware. These are games that in some cases are 30 plus years old. Case in point, the original Descent came out all the way back in 1995, and yes, this is apparently a DOS-box version of that particular game that you're expected to pay $20 for the privilege of owning. Keep in mind, it was previously only $10 to acquire on both GOG.com and Steam, and this price hike occurred about a year ago. Like I said, this is a problem that has flown under the radar, but it is essentially a situation in which the owner of the rights of the games, Interplay Studios, has taken it upon themselves to arbitrarily jack the prices up in order to make more money with absolutely zero effort. You're still expected to apply fan patches to games like Sacrifice from 2000 in order to be able to run it in a widescreen resolution, but now you have to pay $25 for the privilege, instead of the $10 that it used to be. And no, that wasn't just some discounted price, that's just how much the game was charging normally up until recently. What makes the situation even more bizarre is that this isn't happening to every game owned by Interplay Studios. It seems to mainly be affecting games that have been on the Steam storefront for longer, as games that have been added more recently are still only priced at around $10, a far more reasonable price point. But the thing is, this apparently isn't the first time that Interplay has done this, because I noticed a few discrepancies from what I remember back when I first bought some of these games on GOG.com, because in some cases, even $10 was more than I recall these games costing, and so I decided to look back at some of my receipts from GOG.com, and I found one that completely confirms that my memories were indeed correct, as well as further demonstrates just how obnoxious some of these price increases have been when compounded together over the years. Now yes, I did buy all of these games as part of a massive sale, and thus only paid about $22 for them, total, but you will also notice the base price listed right alongside the discounted price. MDK2, for example, which has a $25 asking price currently on Steam, had a $6 base asking price back in 2015, at least on GOG.com. For the record, it's currently listed as $20 on GOG.com as well, for those curious. And it is far from the only example. Shogo Mobile Armor Division, which is another game that's listed currently as $20 on Steam, was also $6 back in 2015. But one of the biggest price hikes has to be with what happened to Descent and Descent 2. When I bought them in 2015, it was $10 to buy both of them in one single package. Not only has the price increase taken effect, but the days of buying them together in a bundle are well and truly over. No, instead you are expected to pay $20 for Descent 1 and another $20 separately for Descent 2, meaning that the price has quadrupled for the same amount of content. So yes, these price increases are not actually a new phenomena for Interplay. This is apparently a recurring issue some of the time, because they're not doing this to all of their games, they are doing it to some of them. Yet the real eye-opener is when you factor in all these compounding price hikes to the same titles over and over again that have not actually received any notable updates. That's how you end up with situations where the price has quadrupled for the same amount of content. Now again, a lot of these games are legitimately great games. Some of these are games that I would absolutely recommend that you try, but that is with the massive asterisk of these price increases being absolutely obscene. Look, if you do decide to get some of these games, do yourself a favor and wait for a sale. Wait for a massive discount so you could actually buy them at a reasonable price again. But unfortunately, the other thing to consider is the possibility that they could always get another price increase. Because again, this is apparently a reoccurring theme for Interplay.